Hey, Rassie. Just a question about the Twitter action this week. Are you Jaco Johan, and why have you been so vocal on Twitter? Is that the most effective way of getting your messages across?
Yeah, no, that's actually why I'm at the press conference. I was feeling sorry for Jacques because I knew he's going to probably get that question. No, I'm actually not Jaco Johan. I'm Rassie Erasmus. I actually follow Jaco Johan. He's a big supporter of us, and he's been feeding me some really good clips and for a while now, some really good things that I actually used in the past. So he's a very big supporter, a really funny guy. And I quite enjoy the things that he does. Why I'm so active on Twitter, I actually I think, retweeted about 2 or 3 tweets that I really thought was accurate. And then, I tweeted twice just for a simple reason. As director of rugby, we do have the medical department as part of our department, and there's a program called Boxsmart. And the one tweet was just, I thought the way Chesden was picked up off the ground, while it could have been a serious injury, we teach our primary school children from any, age or level that you leave a player as he is there, because it is dangerous. If we wouldn't like our Springbok players this Saturday to go, every Lions player that's down on his back, to go and pick him up. And I thought that was an important one to get out there while we had the opportunity. Otherwise, I just thought the other tweet was just, the Lions really, I thought, deserve to win. They're going through the same protocols as us, same COVID protocols. They're far away from home. So I think it was only those 2 tweets. And then obviously, I did retweet a few things that, a few guys that I thought was spot on. Like last year, a guy like Smith Rugby. I enjoy him, for example, and when something makes sense to me, I like to retweet it.
And will you be going to World Rugby through the official channels as well, or have you just said you've been on social media?
Yeah, that takes a bit of a while. We tried to do that on Sunday, but they didn't come back to us, and on Monday they didn't come back to us, and this morning we got the report back. So that takes a bit of a while to get the full-on report, and we got it this morning, and then already Monday is done, and our second training is this afternoon. So when you get it only on a Tuesday morning, it does disrupt your week in terms of team selection and what things you want to rectify. And when Jacques wanted the tactics he wants to employ, we really tried hard to make contact with them on Sunday night and send through clips to them, and wanted some guidance and help on certain things that we can fix and maybe change in our team selection. But unfortunately, their process is, they said it was the same in the Six Nations, which we wouldn't know because we didn't play there. But they said they normally only give feedback on a Tuesday back. So we got it this morning. I'm currently working through it. We're going to give it back to Jacques this afternoon and see if we can then, in the one training that's still left, maybe try and implement some of those things.
Just on that, Rassie, you mentioned the Lions being loud last week. Do you think that they got the upper hand and influenced refereeing decisions or television match official decisions last week? And do you hope to do that with Ben O'Keefe in the middle this week?
No. That's not the reason why I'm saying it. It was actually, we've been in the past. We have found that when we talk in the media too much, it normally, it backfires on us. And when Warren talked last week about Maurice Jonker, Warren is a great guy. I can tell you straight up. I've always enjoyed him. He's a good man. But it was weird for me that people would question Maurice's integrity. It was a weird thing for me. It was almost like, say we say this weekend, Ben O'Keefe is a New Zealander and Warren is also a New Zealander. We will never say that. It wouldn't sit well. It would, the whole integrity of the game would be questioned, and we will never do that. So what we are trying to do is trying to find out from World Rugby exactly some decisions which we got wrong during the game, and some things that we could do better during the game. That we are focusing on a hell of a lot. yeah, but we're not there yet. The feedback was a little bit slow, and we're trying to incorporate that in this afternoon's training session, and hopefully that will come through on Saturday. So no, we won't be loud in the media.
Hi, Rassie. Just picking up on that, you mentioned the integrity of the game. Is sort of microanalyzing every referee's decision and promoting that on Twitter not also undermining the integrity of the referee and thus the game?
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. If somebody goes and microanalyze every non-decision that's not been taken, I think that's awful. You can't do that. A referee only has 2 pairs of eyes. But I think if you do analyze the things that he's supposed to see, I think then you actually spot on with the integrity of the game.
Good afternoon, all. I had a question for Rassie, and please don't shoot the messenger. Clive Woodward earlier this week wrote that it seems that you need to take a step back and allow Jacques freedom to coach the team. What is your take on that view?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if a sir is so important in South Africa than in England. I'm not sure, but that's his opinion. Myself and Jacques is great mates. I'm the water carrier at this stage, so I think he's higher than me in the rank. So I really don't think we've always worked together since the military, since 1990. The way we work together, I think you go and look at that match on Saturday. I think in minute 71, we almost scored a try that was called back, and then our working relationship might have been perfect. And then people say it's working really well. So, I wouldn't listen too much to Sir Clive Woodward. He doesn't really matter to me.
My question is directed to Rassie. Do you believe that those off-field battles matter in terms of being influential in affecting how the game is officiated? And if you do you believe World Rugby should stamp down on coaches who call out officials before games? Somehow protect officials a bit more?
I'm not sure what the answer on that one is. It's a difficult one. I was baffled when Marius was appointed as the TMO, not because I'm actually very, very good friends with Marius. I'm actually close friends with Marius. I know him really well. And I actually made a point not to phone him before that match because I felt it was such a tough thing for him to do. But I did feel when he was mentioned, because he's South African, now he's refereeing for South African, he's TMOing for South African team. I thought that didn't sit well with me, to be honest with you. As I say, I know last year in the Rugby Championships, New Zealand and Australia played with New Zealand referees and Australian referees against each other. And that's the way things happen with COVID. So I don't know if World Rugby should interfere, but I mean, you will never, if Ben O'Keefe does wrong decisions on Saturday, you wouldn't hear us saying it's because he's New Zealand and Warren Gatland is New Zealand. So I think one must try and stay away from those things. And I've learned my lesson, and I've made those mistakes many times. I've many times talked too much about referees and their things in the media. I'm not sure what the answer on that one is.
About is the main thing still the main thing?
Yeah, it depends on which angle you ask that question. If I was the head coach, I would have said to you, coaching and playing is the main thing. But that's our job still. For me, the main thing is now to get the structures right, make sure that we have a fair chance, make sure that we get through COVID protocols and have management teams and have players that could be available. And so, for me, the main thing is a little bit different now. So, but I can tell you, for these guys, the last week has been, the main thing was in the rugby because they're out of isolation and quarantine and all of those things. And they're back on the park and they're training every single day. For me, it's a little bit different, Ashfaq. I also think part of my job is currently now to inform everybody what's going on and what we're trying to do and how we do things. So, for me, it's a little bit different now. The only other function I do for them is helping with the planning of the coaching and carrying a bit of water.